Hey guys, and welcome to another video of Multiple Sundays. I thought I'd do a bit of a location change, as you can probably see in the background. That's Bangkok, by the way. I'm still on holidays, so I decided to work. No, that doesn't make sense. But even on holidays, I work, like, all the time, right? Not all the time, but okay, shut up. It's been a couple of weird, partying, lovely days, so I'm just like, oof. So I don't know. It was good. Um, so today's video is about like what is a symptom, and I want to tell you about the symptoms I had experienced before I got diagnosed. And I'm alone on this rooftop here, so I'm always looking like to the door because I'm scared as fuck all the time, 24/7. So it's important for me to say it again that I'm neither a doctor, I'm nor a nurse. I don't have any like medical trainings or some kind of this. So if you need medical advice, please contact your doctor, who you trust, or a nurse, or go to the hospital, general doctor, whatever. But ask those people for advice. And normally I would say don't Google, but I did today. And I'm just on Wikipedia to say what a symptom is, and it said, like, because it's also in English, right? Like a symptom is a departure from normal function or feeling which is noticed by a patient, reflecting the presence of an unusual state or of a disease. So, a symptom is like you notice that something is wrong. Not to mix up with syndrome, because syndrome are usually a lot of symptoms together, which makes it a lot of symptoms. Syndrome. Oh my gosh, okay. My symptoms before I got diagnosed. So maybe some of the symptoms are not symptoms which are like totally related to my MS, but I mention them anyway because it's just my process of being diagnosed and my process of being aware and knowing that something is not right with my body. It belongs to my story. So let's start. I think it all started when I was like 18. I used to club a fucking lot. Like 1 year, every single weekend, sometimes twice, hitting the club, drinking so much alcohol and strong alcohol. So I was super lazy and I needed to pee so often, and I just wanted to dance, right? So I peed to like press everything out like as much as possible. And I noticed that I didn't finish at once, but I kept peeing. But I was drunk, I forgot it the next day, so I didn't like really think that much about it. But now when I look back, I'm like, okay, sure. And also I got a boyfriend at that time, like a bit later. He was living in a castle, and we were often sitting in his backyard to party as well. And the way to the toilet was super fucking long. So again, the same thing. Me trying to press out everything I could. And I think the bladder dysfunctions started from there. Then for a year I had, what is it called? Like, I think diarrhea, of course, I know it, diarrhea. For 1 fucking year. And it was so exhausting, and I also went to another school then, so I had a long way. I had to take the train for like 20 minutes. It's 20 kilometers, or it was 20 kilometers away. And normally in the school breaks you will try to like get in touch with your classmates, make some friends. I spent my breaks on the toilet in the mall because it was so bad and it just happened, and I don't know what it was. Was it anxiety? Was it like, I don't know, because I ate, it doesn't matter what I was eating, it was just there and out of all sudden, and for a fucking year, and it was so exhausting for my body. So sometimes I just stopped eating. I ate the same. I drank a lot of water, like over 2 liters each day, because I thought, okay, maybe that helps, and also, yeah, I need the liquid, right? So I also lost weight a bit, but also not. And of course, because of the water, I had to pee even more, and it was just like I wasn't like really going out, because also my boyfriend wasn't like really like an outgoing person that much, just at his village with his friends, and I was too scared to go out, because yeah, it didn't matter what I was doing, what I was eating, what I was drinking, it was just there, and I felt a bit ashamed of it. It's much better. I've been telling you about it in my video where I haven't told you yet. It's much better now. I have it from time to time, but compared to back then, my stomach is fucking strong now. And I think Asia, living here, helped a lot with it. Like, made it stronger. Yeah, that's very. I still have it, and I still have it in the back of my mind. I told you about it, right? When I'm flying, it's the worst. Like peeing or diarrhea stuff. Just the feeling that it could be there makes me so stressed out and so anxious that it's super hard for me every time. Yeah, but then that was when I was like 18 or 19, and they still don't, and they didn't know what it was regarding to my stomach problems, because they like tested my stomach. They did a gastro. I think it's the same gastro, like with a and then checked it, and I found nothing. Like maybe a bit that it's like stress, but nothing more. So then I got a boyfriend, and it wasn't easy. Let's say the time wasn't very easy, and it was a long time, and it wasn't easy, and I started to get depressions, and so bad that I considered to go to a shrink, to a therapist. But I wasn't brave enough back then. And back then I opened up to one of my friends, and he said, like, no, you don't have to go there, you're not crazy. So I lost all the braveness, of course. I mean, I survived, but it would have been better to talk with someone. Now I know that going to the therapist is so brave because you take action and everything, but back then I thought it's like a sign of weakness and like socially not accepted. And I did care about those things back then. Now not anymore, but back then, yes. Yeah, depression moods, still having those. Und, that was true. And also what started was I felt exhausted a lot. Like I could Skype for 1 hour and talk a lot, and then I'm just exhausted as fuck. Could just go to sleep and sleep a couple of hours. Also what happened, like 2 years before I got diagnosed, I was sitting on the couch, like legs like this. No, what is it? Genie. And with my laptop on my knees. And I wanted to get up. I was sitting there for like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. And yes, everybody's legs fell asleep sometimes, but when I wanted to stand up, I stood up and then I just fall. I just fall because it felt like I don't have legs anymore. I couldn't feel them at all from like my hip downwards. Wasn't there. Just wasn't there. As if someone just cut them off. That was super weird. So I fell down on the edge of my IKEA table, and it's pretty sharp, and I hurt myself pretty bad on the ribs. So that happened too. I think that those have been the main symptoms, like legs, tiredness. And what I almost forgot. Oh, I don't have that much time left. So I always knew like that something is wrong with my head. I knew it always. I don't know why. It was always like a weird feeling, and it was like sometimes it made like weird sounds, and I always thought like, oh, maybe I got a tumor or blood, but I knew it's in my head. I just knew it. I don't know why, but I knew it. And yeah, it is. Well, pretty right about that. So I think, a pectin. Is it pectin? I think so. So I think that's it for today. I talked a bit now, and also it's cold and I want to eat some salad because they're growing salad there. So I think I will do that now, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next week I will talk about the first symptom, and see you soon. I love you guys. Bye.